All right, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of the DoersCast. Now, what is a doer, you may ask? Well, simply put, it's someone who not only talks about their ideas, their dreams, their ideal lifestyle, but actually goes out there and takes action. In other words, they're out there doing it. And we want to inspire y'all to go out there and chase your wildest ambitions by featuring these doers and their stories right here. I'm your co-host, Johnson Din.
And I'm your co-host, Andrew Chang. So today we have a very special guest. He's a YouTuber with nearly 500,000 subscribers. And, you know, in my opinion, he's one of the ultimate doers out there on YouTube because he's got all these super cool, awesome ideas. And, you know, he's just always out there doing them on his YouTube channel. And, yeah, we met him about 2 weeks ago at an event that he actually put on. And it was all good vibes. We connected super well. So now he's here with us on this podcast. You can find him on his socials on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Valspire Family, and you can find him on Twitter at Valspire. But without further ado, please welcome our very special guest, Aidan Gallagher, aka Valspire Family.
What's up? What's up? How's it going? I'm a doer. I do things. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Glad to have you on the podcast, man. How have you been?
Pretty good, man. Just living life. You know what I'm saying? Don't know what I'm doing ever, but yeah.
So you've been in Austin for like a month now, right?
Yeah, I think total. I was like here for like 2 weeks and then I left and then I came back. So.
Actually, how's it been like in Austin?
Dude, Austin's great. People are nice. It's been interesting, but I've met a lot of people here in the past like 3 or 4 weeks, and like I feel like it's almost like a second home. I'm weirdly like connecting. I have groups of friends now, which is crazy.
Are you still connected with console and everyone?
Yeah,
I see you on Instagram. Like y'all still hanging out.
Yeah, we met up 2 days ago, I think. And we just went to like a gaming bar. I don't know. They had like arcade bar.
Yeah.
And just like played games and hung out and then talked for a while. It was a good time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Try to stay connected with everyone.
Yeah. Do you want to tell our viewers like a little bit about yourself, how you got into YouTube, everything?
Yeah. So I started doing YouTube, it was like 6-7 years ago. It's been a while. I actually used to be a Twitch streamer before I got into YouTube, surprisingly. I used to be a professional Call of Duty player. Which, like, if you watch my content, like, I feel like you probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
But he sees like the romantic stuff, like they're like sentimental, and then he sees past like, hey, fuck.
You know, those cop hobbies, dude. No, I started doing that because I just liked entertaining, and then one day I was like, I'm really bored of sitting in my house all day, so I want to go do more adventurous stuff. And so I started actually doing like ghost hunting videos with my friends. That was like the start of my channel, like Ouija board stuff and like just like random stuff like that. But I think the first like kickoff of my YouTube channel was my ex-relationship. It was a long distance relationship. My biggest video back then, like my first video to pop off and like get 1 million views was me meeting this girl that I met online for the first time, and then a bunch of videos after that. But I would say now my content's like really different, I guess, from like the relationship stuff. It's more
definitely
adventurous, getting to know people, kind of like these introspective / just like goofy vlogs. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
All right, wait. Speaking of relationship stuff, I'm pretty sure our audience wants to know about this too. Like, are you single right now? I'm pretty sure everyone wants to know about this because like they're all curious.
I'm hella single. No, I've been single for like 2.5 years now. I have gotten close to people, but just like haven't wanted to commit, mainly because
you're always moving.
Yeah, I'm just doing so much. I feel like I wouldn't be able to commit myself to someone fully in a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think I'm going on a date next week with someone I met here. So.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys.
We'll see how it goes.
But crazy.
Yeah, no, relationships are terrifying, so I take it really slow now.
Yeah, understandable. Wait, do you think it's possible to find love on these adventures at all?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the sense of like, obviously, like I meet a lot of people and I connect with a lot of people, and there's a lot of people I could be like, yeah, I love that person for
Yeah.
sure. But if we're talking about like romantic love,
Uh-huh.
I think it's possible, but like it's obviously been really hard for me to do since I'm just always
Yeah.
on the move. So like yeah, I mean it hasn't happened yet, but I'm not like gonna deny the idea. If I like met someone and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is
the one.
it,
This
you know
it.
what
This
I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like that's kind of how I've always been. It's like I never try to force that. And
Mhm.
like I'm not like trying to go out of my way and like meet Tinder people or whatever.
Oh,
It's just like
yeah.
if I meet someone naturally and it
Mhm.
is really good, then I could totally see it
Mhm.
happening. But I guess I gotta like come travel with me and stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be cool though.
Yeah, that would be cool. There's a chance, guys. There's a chance.
Adventure.
For y'all.
Romantic.
What's up, ladies?
Do you want to tell us more about like, so you were in college, right?
Mhm.
You went to University of Georgia,
Yeah.
and then you dropped out to pursue YouTube full time.
Yes.
So like, at what point were you like, damn, like I'm stopping college, and like what was that decision like?
Yeah. It was honestly one of the biggest like risks like / decisions I've made in my life. But I was doing college, and low key I did not like it. I was actually going for computer science.
Damn, you're a
And-
smart boy.
Yeah, I did 3 years of college, and then technically, you know, I had my associates. That's pretty good, but my focus was doing YouTube and
Mhm.
school. My grades started dropping, like, because I was focusing more on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then I actually almost quit YouTube because college was so hard, like that 3rd year. So I didn't post for like 2 months, but I had like accumulated all this random footage,
Mm-hmm.
and I put out one last video, like, oh, this is like a goodbye type of video, where it was just like, here's a bunch of fun moments that I recorded. I might post, I might not, who knows. The video blows up. I jumped from 30,000 subscribers to like 70,000.
Damn.
And I was like, and this message just ended, so it's summer, and I was like, I want to do this full time.
Dude, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I tell my parents that, and they're like, if you drop out of school, we're not helping you, you know, pay for your
Oh, wow.
apartment. We're not going to help you with anything. You're on your own. And I was like, okay. I was like,
Okay,
let me
so be
try
it.
it. I was like,
So be it.
let me try it
Uh-huh.
and see how it goes. And if I can hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of this, or by the start of the summer, I'm not going to go back to school and try pursuing YouTube. And then I did. I put out some videos that did really well. I hit 100,000 subscribers. But like when I initially quit, I had like $500 in my bank account. I wasn't making anything off
man.
YouTube. Like I was making like I think $200 a month on my Patreon, which was like enough for me to pay
Survive.
Food.
pretty
Survive.
much and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
live off of Burger King chicken
Dude.
nuggets.
Yeah.
I remember I used to get like the 20 piece, and I would just eat those over like a day or two.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Because they were like $2, and I was like, I couldn't afford a bed. I was sleeping on an air mattress. The thing is, I was working a job, but I'd quit that job on top of it to do
damn.
YouTube full
Yeah.
time. I literally quit both things at the same time. But the only reason I quit that job is because I remember when my YouTube channel was blowing up, my manager was talking to me, and I was like really excited, and he's like, "Yeah, you're never gonna be anything."
What?
And he was like,
Damn.
"Like, how many of your subscribers actually care about your videos?"
Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
No, that's
And-
a scam. He was trying to like get you to stay. It's like you're not gonna make it. Just stay here.
Yeah, and then
Meet us.
Dude, he was like, "Yeah, I'm like a manager of a trampoline park, and like I'm only like 19," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's good for you. Like if that's
Wait,
your
so he was younger
goal-"
than you?
He was
And he
younger
was-
than me.
Oh.
Yeah,
Dude,
he
that's
was.
disrespect.
He
Yeah.
was like
Disrespect,
he had the highest position besides like the person that owns the place.
Yeah.
But he was basically just telling me like, "Yeah, you're not gonna make it," and then bragging about being a trampoline manager at his age. And I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good for you if you want to
Yeah.
do that, but that's not like an end goal. This job is
Mhm.
like doesn't really mean a lot to me."
Yeah.
So I told him, I was like, "Yo, can you watch my spot really quick?" And then I walked out the back door. I like clocked out.
Oh.
I was like, "Fuck this, dude. I have my self-worth." This is probably not the best thing to do, but
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
you know, tired, exhausted,
Yeah.
and just was like, "Fuck this, man. Like, I'm gonna go do YouTube."
Yeah.
Have you ever seen him again? Like, and showed him that your YouTube blew up?
No, I haven't talked
Dude,
to
he'd
him.
probably.
Dude.
I bet he'd probably know.
Probably,
like,
he's probably
sees you
seen.
out
He's probably
here.
seen it.
Dude,
Yeah.
so the
Damn.
girl that he was dating at the time, they had broke up, and she was talking to me.
Oh.
This is after I
Oh.
quit. She was getting close to me.
Damn.
And then they got back together, but he got so pissed at that and the other thing, and he blocked me. So
Oh man,
That's funny, bro. Oh my, that's like a rapper story. You know, those rappers are like, man, my teacher told me I was gonna be like anything, and they blew up. That's just like you. That's so funny, dude. It's like the YouTuber equivalent of that. That's so
yeah, pretty much. I mean, I was like, this is what I've wanted to do since I was like 12. So I'm gonna pursue it now that I have like people watching. Like, you gotta like go in on it, right?
Yeah.
While you have the chance, because I don't know. I was so nervous that would just slip away, and that was like another reason why I was like, I need to quit. I need to quit school. I need to quit everything and just put everything into this. And then on top of that, I needed to make some sort of money to live. So I was like, all cards on the table. And just went for it.
Yeah. So you always believed in yourself. You're like, you know, I can put everything aside. Like, were you ever like scared? Like,
were you ever scared? You had to be scared at one point, right?
Yeah. No. I mean, for sure. I mean, it's scary. It's a scary risk. To kind of just like throw everything away and become your own boss and like do your own thing. But at the same time, I was like, just take it day by day, figure it out, and hope for the best. And like, if it doesn't work out, then you know, it doesn't work out, and that's
honestly,
just life. You know what I mean?
You'll survive. You know, like
I always felt like I can always just figure it out.
Exactly.
You know? If stuff doesn't work.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Who are like your biggest inspirations on YouTube?
That's such a hard question. I feel like, I mean, Casey Neistat was probably like the biggest vlogger back then.
Yeah.
Who was like, I was like, oh, I kind of want. I was already recording stuff before that, but when he was doing stuff, I was like, yeah, I really like want to make cool stories, I guess. But honestly, there was no like anyone like super specific when I started doing YouTube. I mainly wanted to record these moments with my friends. Yeah. Back when I was that age, what I did for fun was just like these stupid out of the box things, and I was like, I want to have that memory.
Yeah.
And like I would tell people stories, and people wouldn't believe me, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start recording. And I mean, that's why I started doing it, and I wanted to make videos that reflected this feeling of nostalgia and memory, because that's the stuff I felt while doing these trips, or you know, even after fact. And I don't know. It's like it's my vibe, I guess, now. But there's no one. I don't know. There's no one like super specific. I feel like my biggest inspiration has always been like '90s like old film, like home films.
Yeah, like the vintage.
Yeah, and like just like music I hear that like gives me a feeling, and I just try to reflect that feeling.
I can definitely tell that from those filters that you put on the videos. Like, dude, that like takes me back.
It's like fuzzy. It's like a memory, like how you think of a memory. It's kind of fuzzy, kind of bright, it kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the feeling.
Yeah.
That
the color grading too. It's like very like mellow. It's a mellow color.
Yeah. I don't want it to be like too intense, but I also think my videos are usually pretty calm.
Yeah.
In their own right. I mean, there's like crazy things, but it's also just like it's usually not me like screaming at a camera or like. Yeah. So. Yeah. I mean, I want that all to reflect in the videos I make and stuff like that, I guess.
Yeah, it's like it's different from the other ones right now. Like Yes Theory, you have like similar ideas to Yes Theory, where like you're doing adventurous things, spontaneous, and just going out there and do it. But the difference is that Yes Theory is like very like they're over the top sometimes. Like they're just like super excited and like they're professional. It's like 4-man crew and a camera team. But then you're just here like doing it by yourself, and it's very like sentimental, and it shows to everyone that like they can do it by themselves. They can do it too. Like you're just a dude. Like you're just like a guy who's like trying to find himself like out there. And you have a camera, and you're doing it by yourself, and like I feel like a lot of people like that part. Like genuineness.
I think it comes across a little bit more genuine because it's not like I have like a corporate thing. And
yeah.
I'm not like, you know what I mean? I'm not like, I don't have a full team. Like you said, it's just like me doing my stuff, which I mean, it would be nice to have a team, but at the same time, I was always scared, like if I got a team, it would take away from.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm
like
just
the videos
a solo
wouldn't be the
guy.
same.
Yeah, I'm just a solo guy traveling the world and learning about myself and trying to figure out life.
Oh, interesting question. Speaking of corporate. All right, okay. Hypothetically, if you were to get a contract from like a company or something, right? Hypothetically, like, and they were like, okay, you can like make videos for us on a schedule for a salary, would you do it, or would you stick to like being a YouTuber, being your own boss?
I think as of right now, I wouldn't take it because I already have my own thing going. But maybe back in the day, like if I didn't have my own thing going, possibly. If it was something that I kind of believed in, if it was something that was cool or interesting to me. But it'd have to it would depend. Like if it was like BuzzFeed, probably not.
Yeah.
Not to take shots at BuzzFeed, but like BuzzFeed seems like the most corporate thing you could have, right? And like they just pump out whatever content.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a good friend that works for BuzzFeed, so I'm not like trying to shit on BuzzFeed, but like I've never really liked most. They have some good stuff, but like most of their stuff. But yeah, no, I was offered a contract recently through Mr. Beast has this company where he's investing in small creators. Yeah. And so I had a meeting with not Mr. Beast, but like some people that run this business, and they offered me like $100,000 to build a team. Damn. But A, I was not allowed to use copyrighted music anymore, and B, I had to upload twice a week. And I was like, there's no way.
Twice a week is just, like, by yourself? Like, no way.
Yeah, and I'm like, that money would be nice. I could, hire a camera guy and hire someone to help me, come up with ideas and edit. But I said no because I was like, there's no way. Yeah. The qualities of my videos, I think, would go down. Yeah. And I think there's a certain expectation of quality, I think, when people watch my videos. And I don't want to, like, lose that. Dude, yeah. Because I feel like it would become a little bit more like me selling out if I did accept that. But, yeah, the corporate stuff is kind of scary to me. I would never give away creative control, like, in my own projects, I think. Because I think it is very, very me and as genuine as I possibly can make it with, social media.
As you've grown, have you ever felt, like, the urge to like, I want to felt the urge to like, I guess like stray a little away from like that authenticity that you have?
Not really.
Not really?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think like, I guess like, the only thing I could think of is like coming up with video ideas that I know would probably do better.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's like, some kind of more balancing. But I mean, I've never done like all my ideas pretty much, like I always do different things than anyone else is doing. Like I want to be like original with everything I put out.
How do you come up with your ideas?
Literally,
just, like, on the spot. Just like
if it just pops in my head. If I'm just driving, I'll just write it down in my notes. You know what I mean? And then like I just have a big list of ideas and.
You have a bucket list, right?
Let's talk about the bucket list.
Talk about the bucket list, bro. When did you start that? Like I'm so curious about that.
Oh God, probably like 3 years ago. I made this bucket list. There's like 40 or 50 things on it, and I'm getting pretty close to finishing it. I think I'm at like 30 or 40 done. Ooh. But some of them are a little harder to do.
What are some of the what are some of the ones you're most excited about? Actually,
I'm terrified someone might take one of these ideas.
Okay.
I'll give you guys one. You guys one. But don't take this idea. This is on recording.
Yeah.
So I want to make a band through Craigslist. So have people show up and audition for this band that I'm making. Yeah. I want to be a singer, make a song or two, and then play a show, like maybe at like a nursing home or somewhere like crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I don't know. That's like one idea. The Craigslist band.
Damn.
Which just sounds so fun to me. It's so goofy. Honestly, but I gotta figure out how I want to do it exactly. Like that's something stupid. But there's also some other dumb ones like shopping cart jousting, which is like I want to like make suits of armor and trick out shopping carts and then just have like a joust battle.
Oh shoot! I saw like one of the videos you made where you dressed up in like the cardboard thing and then you went like you saw people that were jousting. I think?
Yeah. We went to like one of at medieval times. It's like people dress up as knights and it's like a show. But we made like cardboard costumes and went to one. And
that was funny, dude.
We're just goofing around. Stuff like that is really fun. It's like the small stuff, you know what I mean? Like one of my other favorite ideas that like we did was like sneaking a gingerbread house into a gingerbread house making competition, because they wouldn't let us. We went in and we're like, can we join? They're like, sorry, you can't. You gotta like sign up way beforehand.
Damn.
And like so we went home trying to make one. We had someone distract the lady at the front, and we just like push it on the
it worked?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'm pretty sure the next morning we came and it was gone, so they did notice, but there was people, we were like standing around, we're like, what are you guys think of this one? Pretty good, huh? And
that's a cartoon stuff. That's like a cartoon. You actually do like, you know the thing where like in the cartoons where it's like two people in a coat and they go to the movie theaters and they're like trying to like, walk in. Have you tried that?
I have.
You have?
Yeah,
what?
Years ago. Like 4 or 5 years ago, actually, with my little brother.
Oh shoot!
And
was it a video?
There is a video.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
no,
a-
I think I saw that. I
This
saw
is
that
way
too.
before
He
I
actually
blew
did
up,
it.
though.
What the heck?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is way before I was like a YouTuber. I don't
Oh.
know, probably had like 1,000 views.
Oh.
Someone had posted them doing it like 2 weeks later, and their video blew up. And I was like,
Oh,
"Are you serious? I did this
no.
like 2 weeks ago."
Yeah.
I was like,
Unlucky
"That's
algorithm.
how it works on social media sometimes."
Dude,
Yeah, like just random things blow up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not that it was like super original idea, because the little rascals did it first, but, yeah.
Wait, so how did you feel when your YouTube like blew up, and what caused it to blow up?
So, I mean, there was like a couple different points, but my biggest video was the road trip with the stranger video.
Yeah, that was the one I saw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one that like
First.
I think I was getting close to 100,000 subscribers when that video blew up, and it was crazy because it was just like all of a sudden, and obviously I didn't expect it to blow up. I was
Mhm.
like, hey, can we hit 2,000 likes on in the thing? The video ends up getting like, I don't even remember how many likes, honestly, like 1 million likes or something.
Oh my god.
Maybe 500,000. I don't remember, but I remember being like an insane amount of
Yeah.
likes and me being like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And
well deserved.
yeah, the feeling first was excitement, and then after like it started to like die down a little bit, I was like, oh shit. I was like, I'm a YouTuber, and then I was low-key terrified. I was like, blowing up, like I feel like a lot of people can kind of do, but sustaining is like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
whole
Not
different thing.
expectation.
So
Exactly.
now I'm like nervous because I'm like, fuck, dude, I gotta keep the audience. If I want to do this,
Mhm.
I have to keep the audience. So it was stressful, but I was like, just gonna keep doing me and,
Dude,
and
yeah.
stop
Yeah,
stressing
authentic.
about the views and stop stressing about all that stuff and just like make the stuff that I've been making. Stop overthinking it, because when you overthink
Yeah.
it, it's a lot.
Yeah, speaking of overthinking, like, I feel like that's something that at least I struggle with a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I'm always like overthinking things. So like, how did you deal with that, or, like, if you did have that?
Yeah, I mean, I still struggle with it obviously
Uh-huh.
sometimes, but I tend to be like think in a mindset of day by day, which is like kind of what I've been talking about like earlier, which is like focus on something to do that day and stop thinking super way into the future, because you don't know, you know what I mean? And I think most anxiety comes from thinking about the future, so it's like, oh, just stop doing that.
Yeah.
Obviously you need to think about stuff sometimes, but
Uh-huh.
like yeah, I think that's helped me kind of cope with that and stop stressing about the super long term. I don't know.
Yeah.
You do your best that day, and that's the best you can do each day.
Wait, I've seen the video that are like, when you travel alone, that's when you overthink the most. Like you have like intrusive thoughts, right?
Yeah, I think when I'm like, the thing is, I'm pretty introverted, but like when I'm,
What? Wait, what?
yeah,
No, I would not expect that. What
Dude.
the heck?
oh man, I am definitely lean more introverted than extroverted, but I want to put myself out there and I want to challenge myself.
Yeah.
in a way. So I think
I heavy relate to that.
Yeah.
No, I really relate to that. Like, yes, theory really put me into that because I was introverted too. I'm still introverted, but like I was scared to talk to people, like really scared, and I still am. But I've been trying to go out my comfort zone and just do just that. And
Yeah.
your channel and yes, theory, like they really helped me. And like I found your channel because like I was doing my challenge of like trying to like talk to strangers and go on adventures, and I was doing that, and I was like, this is pretty interesting. I wonder who else is doing this. So I searched up like I had a series in mind. I was like, I'm gonna record a vlog where like I go on adventures with strangers. I wonder who else is doing this. I searched up adventures with strangers, and you were the one that popped up. And that's how I found your channel. I was like, wow, this is really cool. And so yeah, like
hell yeah, dude.
I love that. I relate to that a lot.
Yeah, I feel like it's exposure therapy in a way.
Yeah,
where it's
exposure
like
therapy.
you kind of need a
Face your fears.
face your fears, and anxiety is like a controlling mechanism in your brain. Like it sucks. I hate anxiety, and I'm like, whenever I get anxious, I'm like, okay, fuck the anxiety. I'm gonna like push it. You know what I mean? As much as I can,
Yeah.
even though like I don't know, like I always get nervous like beforehand, before meeting a big group of people, especially like at the meetup I did the other day. Like I just put a thing out. I was like, anyone could come hang out. I was so nervous for that.
How many people did you think would show up to that one?
Dude, I had no idea. 0. And that also is like, like 3 people could show up.
Yeah.
Or like, 50 people. And
Yeah.
there was like 20 people I think that
Yeah.
showed
Yeah.
up off of just my Instagram story of that one post, which was like a lot to me. I was like, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's a very good amount. I was very surprised. But I was really nervous for that, and like I don't know, I don't want anyone like I feel like there's an expectation that people like when people watch me And I'm
Yeah.
like, hopefully people don't get disappointed.
No, like you were just like you were exactly how you were.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Like,
I
that's
was,
one thing
I
I
was so
noticed
surprised.
too.
You're so authentic.
Yeah.
Like,
Hell yeah. I think, I mean, I try to be as authentic and genuine as I can be.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Was that your first meetup, by the way, like in person, or?
I've done a couple. It's been a long time since.
Oh yeah,
since
COVID. Just COVID.
Funny story. Last time I did a meetup, I was in LA, and I put out. I was like, "Yo, come just meet at the beach on this day." The day before, someone's like, "Yo, you want to do some edibles?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll.
Yeah, I was like, "That's fine." I took 7 edibles,
Jesus Christ.
which destroyed me.
Oh my
mentally.
god.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah.
My body was convulsing for like 2 hours, like just shaking.
Oh
Wait,
man.
so why'd you take 7 though?
I don't know. I didn't know how much to take. They were little gummies.
Dude, yeah, that's how edibles are.
That's
It's just like
Yeah.
these edibles ain't shit.
Yeah, like, it doesn't hit you for the first 10 minutes. You're like, whatever, I'll just take some.
But
Yeah.
yeah, no, and I think the problem was I looked at the box and it's like 100% THC. So it's all mental, a mental high. The CBD is like the anti-anxiety body feeling you feel, like the relaxing. So
Yeah.
it's like too much THC I feel like is like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I had like all these crazy thoughts, like the most negative thoughts. I'm a pretty positive, optimistic person, but like I had all these thoughts like you're going to hell, like you're a horrible
Damn.
person, and
Jeez.
is because I had bought the weed, from a dispensary. So I was like, I'm fucked myself, but also other people my friends were also fucked up. So I was like blaming myself. I was
Yeah.
like, I did this.
Damn.
That's a scary
And,
feeling.
I took 7 and then everyone's like, Aiden, we're going to keep up with you. And so they took like 5 or 6.
Oh,
And I was like, you guys don't
Oh.
have to. And then I was like, now I felt like it was
Yeah.
and I was like, my friend was throwing up. My other friend was like
Oh.
freaking out.
Damn, that's like double kill, like double homicide. You were like
Yeah.
already in a bad state, and then you're like blaming yourself. It's like,
Yeah. But the next day I'm doing a meetup where I'm meeting a shit ton of people and I'm high still. So high.
Damn.
Like, and so I'm like freaking out because I'm like, I don't want to. I always get nervous like meeting people in general, but like high
When you're
is
high, yeah, it's
another
even
level.
worse, yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
like I have to be myself. I have to talk to all these people.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
can't be anxious. And so I meet up and like 20 people probably show up. And first things like we're sitting around a fire. I was like, I'm be honest with you guys. I'm high right now. I was like, you guys take edibles before? I was like, please don't tell me like I'm the only one. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so sorry. Like I took edibles last night. It fucked me
shoot.
up.
Yeah.
But everyone's really chill. Everyone's really cool. I feel like everyone I've met through my meetups has always been really awesome. And it's really funny. One of the people couldn't come because they were doing a show that night. Like he was in a punk band, like at a house party. He's like, if you guys want to come, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So I bring everyone from the meetup to this punk show in this house, and we walk in. Everyone there's like fucked up. Everyone's wearing like all black. Everyone's like dressed like punk people.
Yeah.
Everyone's high on a lot of different things, I'm sure. And we show up. Everyone's like wearing colorful clothes. Everyone's sober. And like the music starts playing, and it's like heavy moshing music, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna jump in.
Yeah.
And everyone there, like everyone that came with me, is kind of like standing there. I was like, you guys got to jump in. So eventually, everyone kind of gets in. And so now there's 2 groups moshing together in this house party. Very
Two, like
different
opposite like people.
but it was so fun and so like unrealistic, like just crazy. Like it felt unreal. I was like, this is wild. But it ended up being a good night. But yeah,
Nice.
anyways,
That's
I kind of went on a
that's so
tangent
funny.
there.
No,
That's a
good.
cool
That's good.
story, dude.
Wait, did you record it on a video? Or no?
Yeah, I recorded the moshing and stuff. I think there's like a clip somewhere in one of my videos of that. But there's the backstory isn't there. I don't think I talked about taking edibles and like, getting
crazy.
fucked up.
Yeah, not on YouTube. Yeah, not on YouTube.
Damn.
Yeah. I usually stray away from like the more partier stories in my videos, I think, for the most part, just because I'm not trying to like push that thing. I don't know, like the Nelk Boys type of stuff. I don't do a lot of that in general, but like
Because your audience is like a little younger, right? Your audience is like.
my audience is actually mostly college kids.
Oh yeah.
Everyone that came to the meetup was like, I think you guys were the youngest ones.
Oh.
Yeah, I
everyone
think
else
so.
was over like 20, 21.
Yeah.
And then my Discord, most people are like above 20. And
Oh,
I'm like,
damn.
which I'm really happy about that my audience is like people my age. But I think a lot of the stuff I put out there is like.
Oh, I think that's because like only people above 18 can like come to your meetups in the first place.
Well, yeah, I mean, my analytics, I think it's like 80%.
Oh.
It's really high.
Yeah.
And then, but I guess like people could always lie about that stuff. But like my Discord, everyone's like college kids.
Cool.
But I also think that the stuff I put out, I'm usually talking about like existential crises. I don't know what I'm
Yeah,
doing with my
yeah.
life
Like people in
type
high
stuff.
school are just like,
Yeah.
nah.
It's
That's not-
mostly college
What?
kids struggling
No
with
way.
the same thoughts, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think this day and age, like no one knows what the fuck is going on,
Yeah.
what they're doing, especially when you get out of college or like you're in college.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. And I think that's like a message I put out, and I think it's attracted that like college audience.
Definitely.
I think probably had a younger audience when I was making like relationship stuff.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But I only had like
Yeah.
like 20, 30,000 subs
Yeah.
before that. So, yeah. I mean, I'm glad people my age are kind of watching my stuff. I feel like it would kind of be weird if it was if I'm being honest.
No, I feel like high school would be the most, cause like the whole like existential crisis. I thought like that was high school, and then
I mean, I feel like because in high school, like most people like what they're worrying about is like what's after high school, and like most people know like, oh, it's just college, right?
Oh,
So
yeah,
like they
it's
just
like
have that in
college.
their mind.
Yeah,
But,
it's like senior year and up.
Oh, senior of high
It's,
school.
it's
That makes
definitely
sense,
like
yeah.
18.
When you don't know what's next, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Because I've gotten a lot of DMs of like, yeah, I'm about to graduate high school. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, can you give me some advice?
I see.
What kind of advice do you usually get? Like,
Oh,
for
man.
people who don't know what they're doing, basically.
I was one of those people who had no idea, and that's such a hard question. I was so scared to give the wrong advice because I don't want to be like, quit school, become a YouTuber, because it's like not that easy.
Yeah.
Like I did college as a backup plan, you know what I mean, and I was always doing YouTube, but I never knew if it was gonna blow up or anything. But I would say like pursue your passion, as much as you can, but like you don't need to drop everything in your life to pursue a passion. Because I was going to school, I was working, and I was making YouTube videos, and I was still like growing. Like you could still pursue things. Like if you want to make music, you could still do that while doing something else.
Yeah.
So I mean, you might want to. I mean, like to afford for me to do stuff like my videos, I needed to make some money doing that. So having the part-time job was nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like I would say, yeah, pursue what you want to do. I mean, I took a year off of school after high school to figure out what I wanted to do. Like that's not a bad option by any means. Like if you really want to pursue something, you could, you know, save up some money and just do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah.
And then like your lifestyle's like pretty like you don't have to spend that much money. Like Andrew here like found your Patreon.
Oh yeah. Like I was looking at your Patreon, and you said like you have like a monthly goal of like $750, right? And you're like, that's all I need.
Yeah.
Like to survive for a month,
Yeah.
which is like crazy.
That's crazy, yeah.
Because
that's
like,
cool.
yeah, it just really shows like, because so many people are like, they worry about like, oh, I have to go to college, I have to do this, because I need to make money.
Yeah.
But it's like you're just such a good example of like, you, like money is not like what is gonna make you happy, right? And like it's like the experiences that you get from like all these videos, all these meetups, all these things.
Exactly.
That are like and everyone in your comments is always like you're living the life that they want. Like everyone like loves that lifestyle, but I feel like they could do it. They just why aren't they doing it? Like what kind of advice would you give for someone who's trying to start that kind of life? Is there any obstacles to face?
I mean, yeah, I think like I mean, I just started just doing things like that. Like all my ideas were based around just cheap, fun things, like outside the box thinking.
Exactly.
But I find, you know, the more genuine moments to be like those, like, let's throw a party, with just like a piñata, just like nothing. Like I threw this one party, one of my first videos, the No Friends Meetup. When I went to college, I knew no one, so I put my posters up everywhere. I was like, "Come meet up, and come hang out." 100 people show up to this party where I have a piñata and some bean dip, and that was it. It was jank as hell, but there's a lot of these things you could do like cheaply. And you really just got to put yourself out there. I mean, I did speed dating on my campus.
Dude, I saw that video.
And then I became really good friends with this girl and almost ended up dating her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And most of my trips, are really cheap. You just need some gas money, food money. If you really want to, because I will live out of my car. You know what I mean? Like, I run things very cheap. So, I mean, it's possible to do for anyone.
Definitely.
And just, like, find fun and just, like, the little things. Like, you don't need... you don't need a crazy amount of cash. You know,
Yeah.
you just enough
Yeah,
to
dude.
like eat food and
Yeah.
and have some gas money, but you can get like sick views
Definitely.
for free.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I feel like you're very optimistic about like life in general and like a lot of your ideas, and you're never worrying about like, oh, what if this goes wrong? What if this goes wrong? Like,
Yeah, you just do it.
and like like you're not afraid of failing.
Yeah.
And you just have the idea and you just do it. Like, have you always been like, have had this like optimistic mindset and like not being afraid of things going wrong, or like?
Yeah, I feel like I've always been pretty optimistic when it came to just doing things, because
Mhm.
it's like it doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if something doesn't work out perfectly.
Mhm.
You still
Yeah.
had that experience or a funny
Yeah.
story.
Definitely.
So like I mean, there was moments though where I'd overthink. Even nowadays, I overthink
Mhm.
certain ideas. I'm like, this won't be good.
Mm.
But now it's just like I'm very much like spontaneous when it comes to my ideas, because I hate overthinking it. So I'm
Yeah.
like, the day comes, I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm
I
just
love
gonna
it, yeah.
go out and hope for the best. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily have a specific plan, just general ideas,
Mhm.
and just hope for the best. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like 95% of the time it works well.
Yeah.
And like when it doesn't work well, you got a
It's a
funny
story. It's a
story.
story.
Yeah, it's a story.
It's a
And
good
you learn
mindset. It's a
from
good
it.
mindset.
Yeah.
If it fails, if it's a bad things are still an event, and events make a story.
It's
so
an
like,
experience,
it's a story
man.
to tell, basically.
Makes
Yeah.
life way more interesting.
More interesting, yeah. The
Definitely.
roller coaster makes it interesting.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like I feel like a lot of kids have that like wonder, have that adventure, but as you grow up, like society like beats it out of you. Like these people are like so stressed and like they think they can't do it, because society tells them to. But like some people retain it, and like I feel like you retained it.
Yeah, I think I remember having the thought when I was like a kid of, don't lose your younger childlike self.
Yeah.
That curiosity,
Yeah.
that creativity that you have as a kid.
Mhm.
I picture it as like this flame, like these, like, because if you look at little kids and like how
Yeah.
they have fun, it's so goofy. Right?
Yeah.
It's always so goofy.
Yeah.
They're always doing the weirdest
Mhm.
things, and I'm like, I don't want to lose that. So at one point, I remember having this specific thought, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna lose that. Keep that forever.
Beautiful.
And so I would purposely try to do the craziest things I could think of, because I was
Yeah.
like, there's no way I'm gonna lose my
Mm,
childhood
yeah.
ever.
I
So
respect that. Like I'm trying to be like that too. Honestly, like I really respect that. And like around, like everyone these days, it's just like super like, they don't like that. Like they think like you have to be serious. You have to be like overthinking. I don't know what it is, but it's like common to be stressed. Like people brag about being stressed and being worried.
Dude, I know. Yeah.
Right?
Like especially like on social media.
Yeah, they're like I'm always
Like-
working, I'm always grinding. I'm not a
Yeah.
child. I'm like, bro, like live life. Come on.
dude, I don't
Yeah.
know. Life is
Meant
a
to be
game.
lived.
You don't really
Uh-huh.
need to take it that seriously.
Yeah.
It's do what you want to do and live how you want to live. Just like have fun with it. At least that's my perspective on it. Just life should be meant to be lived, and
Life
it
should be meant to be
shouldn't be
lived.
meant to be like, just working every day and being
Yeah,
stressed out
definitely.
constantly,
Yeah.
because that doesn't
Yeah.
sound like a very good life.
Mhm.
Agreed.
Yeah, like, was it hard for you to like find other people that had that same mindset and like surround yourself? Because I feel like a lot of people, like people around them are like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. And,
Yeah.
like it's hard to like find people that like have the same mindset.
It's kind of crazy. I've lived in a lot of places, and I feel like I've always attracted like
The people
that
you want.
type of
yeah.
energy, and I wouldn't hang out with people that like very closely, that were like not like that, because it was
Yeah.
just like a negative energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you want to surround yourself with people that have similar mindsets,
Mhm.
whatever your
Good
mindset
community,
is.
yeah.
And so I always
The
had-
family.
yeah, I always had like good, like one or two good friends everywhere I've lived. Not that I was like super popular, but I never really cared about that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I'd always like doing dumb shit, and like someone would be like, "That's cool," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"We're
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
friends."
There you go. That's it right there.
Yeah, and that's how I've met so many people now. And now I just like through my social media, I meet just
Even more people.
Yeah.
It's like
And-
exponential.
pretty much.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's yeah. I feel like I have a good group of friends, and I have very supportive homies, and I try to be that with my friends too. And I mean, you attract the energy you put out into the world, I think. So
Yeah.
Beautiful.
if you're positive and like looking to do certain things, you're gonna find those people eventually, and
Yeah.
that's a great feeling to have. Even just one person. Like I'm okay with that. I don't need to be like Mr. Popular guy, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
There was this. I remember I watched yesterday videos. I watched a video by yesterday on this too, and like they're known for doing adventures, like you, and they've gotten used to it almost. Like they've gone on so many adventures and so many like discomforting places that they're kind of used to it. And so like, are you used to your adventures? Have you like ever been bored of an adventure?
Oh God, that's a deep
Yeah,
question.
because I'm kind of going through it right now, honestly, because like I've done a lot of stupid shit too, and I like it. I still like it a lot. But one day like I went home from an adventure with a stranger. And I was like, man, I feel so normal. Like it's supposed to be special. You know what I mean? Like for other people it's special, but
Yeah.
I'm used to this now.
Dude,
And so what do I do?
That's something I've talked about this with someone as of like recently,
Oh, shit.
which is like you kind of have like a baseline of like your excitement or
Yeah,
whatever, and the
yeah.
more you're used to something,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
it's not as exciting anymore.
You get
Which
used to it.
yeah, that is a hard thing. I think I try to constantly
Push further.
Yeah, well, one, just and try to enjoy like the little stuff. It doesn't
Mhm.
always need to be crazy. If I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
chilling, just chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, that's like one thing. You gotta find enjoyment in those little interactions, and then two is just try to change it up.
Yeah.
And this is
Yeah.
something like I probably struggle with. Every year I do something crazy. This year it was I'm gonna live out of my car.
Mm.
One year I 4 a.m. I dropped everything to go live with a girl
Oh, shit.
in Missouri. I drove 12 hours to
Oh,
Missouri.
damn. Was it a stranger? Was it a
This
stranger?
was my ex-girlfriend. This
Oh.
is we had been talking for a long time. We met up, a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it was the summertime. I'd just finished school. I was working at like Kroger's, which is like a grocery store.
Yeah.
It was like 4 a.m. and I was like having an existential crisis. I was like, "Fuck, dude! I work every day. This shit sucks."
Damn.
I was like, "What if I just leave?" I was talking to her. I was like, "What if
Mhm.
I just came over like right now?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Do it. You won't." I was like,
Oh.
no
Mm.
balls.
I was like,
It's just like-
okay, I'm doing it then. My dad calls me at like 8 o'clock in the morning. He's like, where the fuck are you? I was like, I think I'm in Tennessee.
He's like, you think?
And he was so pissed. He's like, you can't just do that. And I was like, why
But I
not?
just did.
And yeah, then I was doing like pizza delivery in Missouri for months, like and living with
damn.
my ex.
Dude, that's
Um,
insane.
Because like, why not?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I always like try to find ways to like change up my life when it gets mundane.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's would probably be my best advice, but
Yeah. I feel like it's also just like consistently doing things that like push you out of your comfort zone.
yeah.
You know, like as long as you're not like always in that comfortable situation, you're always gonna be like pushing your boundaries. Do you think that like being out of the comfort zone has like almost become comfortable for you?
Yes. Yesterday we talked about this. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, personally, not super comfortable yet. I think there's so many things I'm still working on, and that makes life exciting for me.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I went on that trip alone for a week. I was like, I could have probably met people, but I was like, this is something I am not good at, and I want to be better
Of being
at.
alone. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like constantly always like picking my own brain of like, okay, what do I got to work on? I want to be
Ooh,
the best I can be.
introspective.
And like, yeah, like
Yeah.
finding those things and doing them. So like I recently got into like reading and meditating and just like random things that I've like, oh, this seems cool. Let me see how like this is. And I've been getting into philosophy and just like
Ooh,
other things that
nice.
interest me. Like just like finding new
Hobbies and passions.
that
Yeah.
like kind of helped me through all
Yeah.
that. So I'm never like super bored.
Wait, but
I
if you were an
guess.
introvert for like a long time, then like how are you like not used to being alone?
The thing is like I can sit alone in a comfortable place, like my house,
Okay. Yeah,
for
that makes
like a
sense.
week. I
Yeah.
could sit and play
Mm.
video games.
But in the woods, it's a different story.
Yeah, when I'm like out, in the woods or like in a random city or like
Yeah.
whatever, it's hard for me to like enjoy those moments for some reason. I think I'm very much a person that likes to hang out with like one or two other people and,
Yeah.
and see people. I get enjoyment when other people are enjoying a moment.
Yeah.
You know what
The
I mean?
reactions.
Yeah, and so I always like just like bounce back and forth off people. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But like when you're alone, it's like in like a weird place that feels foreign.
scary, that's
yeah,
pretty scary.
my mind kind of goes to, what am I doing? This is weird.
Mhm.
Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and like I'll get more intrusive thoughts, and it's like hard for me to stay calm because I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, I don't know what to do right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that I've struggled with for a minute, but I do like being alone though. Like I can sit and edit at my house for a week and not talk to anyone. This is something that I do, which is like a little messed up because like I'll go do like some crazy things and then I will spend a week completely alone and I don't talk to anyone. It's real. I go like isolation mode, which is probably not healthy for me. But I'm just like, dude, I just want to play video games and edit a video.
I feel that
by
sometimes,
myself.
just like having those phases, you know.
Yeah.
It's like
it's gonna be alone.
But does it? I guess it like it feels balanced in a way, like for you, right? Because it's like period of like hanging out, period of alone, period of hanging out. And then it's like balanced. I tend
to bounce back and forth. But with this trip, it's hard for me to do that. So I'm kind of like forcing myself out of that comfort zone because I can't just like sit and play video games all day because I'm like at with people and all that stuff. So I don't know. It is nice though. It definitely is nice to have that just
just that I agree. I definitely agree. If you could go on an adventure with one person, like who would it be?
Oh, in the world?
Yeah.
Oh God. Probably Christopher McCandless.
Christopher McCandless.
Wait, who's that?
He's the guy from Into the Wild. Have you ever seen Into the Wild or read the book Into the Wild? This guy, he's dead now.
Spoiler. Wait, is it like the kids book or
American Adventure?
No, it's about this dude. This is like a real story. He I think he was going to Harvard, or he got accepted to Harvard. But instead of going, he burned all his possessions.
Oh, damn.
And hitchhiked across the U.S. And it was kind of just like, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's a pretty big inspiration of mine. Although at the end, spoiler alert, I don't know if you guys are going to watch this, but...
What, he dies or something?
Yeah, his goal is to get to Alaska and to go live by himself in the woods. Gets to Alaska, he finds this abandoned bus. He's living in this abandoned bus, and I think he ends up poisoning himself.
Damn.
One of the last things he wrote is happiness is only real when shared. And he realized in that moment that all the people he met along his trip, because he had this crazy trip, he got close to all these people and he was like hitchhiking and stuff. He realized in that moment that he didn't want to be alone. Life is better with people. You know, those connections you make, I think, are the most important.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's like all I stand for. It's like adventure and just making connections, you know what I mean? And just doing whatever, like living life. Like, fuck it, dude, just go.
Just do it.
So, I mean, that he would be cool. He's obviously dead. If I was like just choose someone that's like alive currently, oh God, I don't even know. I have no idea.
Yes Theory.
Funny that I've never actually seen a Yes Theory video.
You haven't seen? Oh no.
The thing is, I always got compared to Yes Theory, so I feel like I have an individuality complex.
No, like no.
I can't watch them now because I'm like people always compare me to them. So I'm like,
you're like completely different. Like I love both of you a lot. I love Yes Theory. I love your things a lot, but it's like completely different styles, completely different like feelings to it. But it is like the same like the adventure and connection. But that's like the most beautiful part. So.
Yeah, I mean I met Omar once. It was so awkward though because I didn't know what to say to him because. I didn't want to be like, I'm a fan, because I wasn't a fan. So I was like in their office, though, because I was hanging with...
I'm a competition.
Competition, yeah.
When I did that meetup in LA, a bunch of people that worked for Yes Theory came to the meetup. And like, yeah, come to the Yes Theory office. So I was like chilling there.
Oh, what?
And he was there. And I was like, oh, I'm Aidan. I actually make YouTube videos sometimes. And it was so awkward. I didn't know what to say. Because there's nothing I can even reference or say about him. I don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
But also... Yeah, I wasn't trying to like pretend to be a fan because I wasn't. But I mean, they seem cool. You know what I mean? And then he left. I don't know. It was like a nothing interaction. But I know. I think they know of my channel and they've seen some videos. And I was talking to someone who works with them, and we're possibly talking about collabing. This wasn't from the guys, but they do follow me on Instagram, so it's pretty cool.
That's hella cool.
Like that would be cool to work with like a bigger YouTuber. I was just like, they probably wouldn't want to work with me. They work with like Will Smith and shit. But
no, I think they love you. Yeah, they would definitely love you.
Yeah. So I'm thinking when I'm in LA, because I'm working my way out there, maybe I could see if they want to do something. I would just want to come up with like some crazy idea, I guess.
Dude, yeah. Like you guys will both be so down.
That would be crazy. That would be like the craziest collab. Like, that's like, what's it called? Like a crossover episode between like Marvel and DC or something like that. Oh, and for your fans, I think they want to know about this. Would you ever collab with Hey Natalie X?
Yes. Dude, I get that comment
so
much more than any other comment I ever get. It's every video. I get it in my DM. Yeah, me and Natalie are homies. We've been talking for a while. We were supposed to go to Alaska like on the whim once. We were like talked about it, but it didn't end up happening because we're both like busy doing our own videos, and I was living in Florida and she was living in Washington, and it was like the farthest states apart. So like it always just seemed like a lot to do, and then neither of us really ever had like a crazy enough idea. I don't think, and then I don't know. I'm just really bad at planning shit.
What? No, you seem pretty good. Like you
really
had the whole birthday party, the bouncy house. Like I was so surprised. Like he actually just planned out of nowhere. We all joined in. It was really fun.
It was like a day before that. I was just like, dude, do you think I get a bouncy house? Then I was like trying to find a clown. I was like, what if I get a clown? Yeah, I mean, I'm not great at planning. It's usually like on the whim type stuff or like spontaneous. Like if I hit her up and was like, hey, you want to go here? We should. And then it was like, yeah. But I don't know. We like FaceTime a couple times. It was just, we never like settled on anything. And I think I'm a little nervous to work with another like creator, like weirdly enough. Because I was like, are we just going to, because we do the same type of content. I was like, the videos are just going to end up being similar, right? And that's kind of weird. But I'm like, they probably would be different. And we'd probably both focus on different things. But that's what I was nervous about. I was like, we're going to probably like the same video. Or the same story. It seems a little weird to me to do that. But it's going to happen eventually. It's going to do something crazy.
Shit. Okay.
Nice.
But yeah.
Pretty sure everyone's excited about that. So okay, I'm hyped for that too. Like I want to see that. Like that's so cool.
Yeah.
She's awesome. Dude. She's awesome.
I mean, yeah, like it's cool that like you don't plan things, but I feel like you always have like goals, you know. It's like so I just want to accomplish this and this. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but like that's the idea.
I'm gonna do it. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I always have like little goals, like make a friend while I'm on this trip, or you know, go somewhere crazy, or fucking pee off a bridge. I don't know.
Dude, the jail video.
Like pee off the garage. Like pee off the garage. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I have my whole my list of weird places I've peed.
That's your bucket list. just pee everywhere. Pee at the White House. Pee at the.
Pee off of. Yeah, those are the.
Mount Rushmore.
That'd be sick.
Wait. Good question here. What was the best friend you've made from an adventure, like a spontaneous adventure?
Oh gosh. I've met a lot of good people. I feel like it's hard for me to like choose one, but like.
Or best story.
I can tell you like one of the strangers I met recently like was like someone that came up to me in like a coffee shop and was like, oh, I'm like a big fan of yours, and I was like, oh, that's sick. You want to come to our party tomorrow?
Nice.
And so he comes. He just comes to our party and like. And I become good friends with the guy, and like we go on, we just hang out, we go signing together, we just whatever, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that is always fun. And I feel like that's normally like like if someone knows me, I'm like, yes, let's hang out. And
dude,
like,
that's awesome.
It's happened a good amount now, and it's really cool. I'm trying to think of like a stranger that maybe I met that like changed my life. I mean, Piper was like the biggest one, obviously, because she hit me up and was like, you want to do a road trip? And then my channel blew up. And we're like best friends now. And yeah, she's the homie. She's like one of the coolest people I know.
Oh, that's crazy.
But I've also met people like my friend Braden, who I met online, and then we ended up living together.
Wow.
You know what I mean, for like a year
in
Florida. And I don't know. There's so many people I've met that have changed. Like it's crazy to think about. Like you meet someone and they change the trajectory of your life.
Yeah, I think about that a lot.
And you're
crazy.
like, if I didn't meet that person,
where would I be?
Yeah.
And that happens a lot. Because even like the friend I'm staying with now, if I didn't meet him in like 7th grade, where would I be right now? Would I be in Austin, or would I have just gone to a different place and not have met you guys? You know what I mean?
Oh shoot.
That's always crazy for me to even think about. It's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Life is wild.
Yeah, dude. That's why you guys always like
just do it.
I mean, like when you meet someone, like I don't know, a lot of people when they like meet someone, like they notice like something that they don't like about the person and just be like, nah, like, and then just like cut them off.
Yeah.
But I always try to like give people like that benefit of the doubt, you know, be like, you never know where you could go with this person. So
100%.
Like,
I mean,
dude.
You could learn so much about a person, or you know,
about yourself too.
Yeah.
Learn about yourself.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, people are different. And I mean, I usually tend to try to look for the good in everyone that I meet, and Again, most people I meet, like 90% of people I meet, are just very nice humans. Probably more than that, honestly. I feel like everyone I met, everyone's pretty cool. You know what I mean?
That's
Even
a
though
testament
people have
to
like quirks.
shows that your content is like
Attracting
producing the right people, attracting the right people.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we have a really quick thing we're curious about. Valspire. What is that? Where does that name came from? Where does the name came from?
It's such a funny story. So it was actually my old Xbox gamer tag.
Oh,
what?
Damn.
Dude, what?
So I had a clan called Aspire on Xbox that I ran, and I had a good friend, and he had a clan called Valor.
Oh.
So Aspire
you
was
just
like
combined
to
it.
dream big.
Yeah.
Valor is like great courage.
Oh.
And so one day I was like, dude, what if we combined and became Valspire?
Dude, we actually had a similar theory to that. He made this up. We were like, what if Valspire is value and inspire? It's so close.
Like
to
valuable
so close.
inspiration.
Yeah,
That's close.
It's so close. It's basically like the same thing. That's so
Damn.
funny.
Yeah. So I said that, and then I was like, yeah, it sounds cool. So I made a Twitch account, and I was like, I'm gonna start live streaming on Valspire. It'd be like a clan thing, but I was the only one that ever did it. I only and then I gained an audience, and so I just became Valspire.
Dude, that's
myself.
awesome. I never knew that. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's really funny. No one knows what it means. People are like, is that your like last name? People are like, vampire family? Is that vampires? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I made it when I was like 15, 16. So, and it kind of just always stuck, and I never felt like changing it.
Yeah.
And then the family was added because I think my initial YouTube channel was banned. It used to be just Valspire. I think I made a twerk tutorial joking video, and someone reported it, and YouTube took it down. And then, like, a month later, or a couple months later, after I started my other channel, Valspire Family, they were like, sorry about taking your channel down. And I was like, oh, thanks. It's too late now. I started a whole new channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, the family was supposed to just represent like the people that I
community,
meet, the community, and all that stuff. So, family of friends, I guess, was my old slogan.
Family friends.
A family of friends. Yeah.
Family of friends. Oh, that's beautiful.
But yeah, that's where Valspire came from. It's so goofy.
Damn. I feel like you're a very good speaker. Like in your videos, you're always able to like word things like in a way that's like
Beautiful.
the most
poetic.
the most
there you go.
like as you always manage to make it as introspective as possible, and like you're just very good at wording things. So like, how did you like gain that skill?
Dude,
of,
that's a crazy compliment because I've never thought I was that good at speaking or articulating my thoughts. I always thought like visually I was better at telling a story than I was about like speaking my mind. I think I guess it's just kind of naturally happened, like just getting deeper into my own self and like getting really into philosophy and stuff. Maybe it probably helped, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know where that came from. Like if you ask me, like I wouldn't think I'm like a writer or anything like that.
Dude, I mean, like when I watch the videos, especially like at the end when you're like reflecting on like the whole thing, it's
just
like
poetic.
Damn,
so
like
poetic.
he's taking away this lesson. Like, damn, like
yeah, I'm usually a lot of adventures. I usually have some thoughts, and I'll like be like, oh, that's interesting. Let me write that down, and then I kind of expand upon it when I'm making my video, and I'm like, yeah, this is kind of what I've taken away from this trip, because I usually try to take away something. Now, obviously, not every video has like some important lesson, because it's like you can't just force that. But like if it comes up, then I'll talk about it.
Yeah, definitely.
But damn, that's a big compliment.
Yeah, dude. It's just like that, and then like combined with like the cinematography
visuals,
too. Like your visuals are
the sound,
amazing,
colors, everything's perfect.
I appreciate it, man. I've never taken a film class in my life.
That's insane.
That's a big compliment, because I don't.
Yeah, dude. It just shows like you don't need school.
Yeah, you don't need a class. You don't just do it.
You
like,
just need
practice.
YouTube, bro. Just
I didn't have a fancy camera. Like I shoot with this small camera. I think my biggest video, my road trip video, I had my point and shoot camera. I didn't have a camera stand with me. I didn't have any other equipment, just that small camera, and then my phone for audio. And the video turned out really good, and people really liked it. And I'm like, I surprised myself. I was like, I'm surprised I came out that good.
Dude,
yeah, I don't even know. I guess it's just like because I've been doing it for so long, I kind of just learned what I like and what I don't like.
Definitely.
And I think again, anyone can do it. You pick up a camera and just do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's really just all about experience and
And
if you're trying to make art, you're gonna find
like
yourself.
looking for ways to like improve yourself, and
Yeah. I think the more you do it, the more you learn about yourself, and the more you learn about the things you like and the things you don't like, and all that stuff. And eventually, you're gonna get better at it. It's just consistency and just stick with it and keep trying to be passionate about it. I think if you're passionate about anything, you could pretty much do it. Not trying to sound like cheesy inspirational, but like, you know what I mean. It's like it's possible to do it, because again, I never ever would have considered myself like a filmmaker by any means. Like, I don't even watch movies. Like, I rarely watch movies. Like, if someone was to ask me, like, who's your favorite director? I'm like, I have no idea.
Nate. Nate's my favorite.
Nate, my homie.
My friend.
But yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Okay, so that's a hard question, because I'm so, like...
In the flow.
Focused on the moment.
On the moment that, like, it's hard for me to even think. I am hoping... I think my dream, like, job would be to make documentaries, and hopefully have somewhat of an impact on people.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping in 5 years I could have made one of those documentaries at least, and like have it connect with a lot of people. I don't know what it would be, and then maybe this other idea, I want to get a container home, and I want to get a property where I build other container homes, like those tiny homes.
Oh yeah.
And have
like the shipping containers.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I wanna build a bunch of those and make like a really cool community place for people, like creative people, to come hang out and like.
Dude, if you like stack them like blocks, that'd be so cool.
And like make this
sustainable,
whole thing.
healthy, eco-friendly.
Yeah. So that's like an end goal of mine for sure.
Damn. What is something that you're doing right now to be more of like a doer in your life?
I mean, my final message is to just embrace the chaos of life. Stop overthinking shit and just go out and do what you gotta do, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? Nothing really matters. Just go live life, man. So, like, find something you're passionate about and just fucking do it. I know that's, like, not any crazy advice, but, like, embrace life for what it is. Don't take shit too seriously, and do your shit.
All right. I think that concludes this episode. This was Valspire, Aidan. Really good host. I really like this episode. And that's a wrap.
Yeah. See y'all on the next one.
Having me.
See you guys.
Peace out. Have a good day.